welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 2nd of February. We're dubbing it as Memo Day. We just covered the memo, and now we want to get on to some other news that's happening around the world. The memo is not the only thing that is happening around the world. So, Leah is waving her flag, her hijab, in the air. There have been
have a white one. I have a yellow
29 women that were arrested in Iran.
And we're showing too much hair right now.
For not wearing their hijab. They stood and they My Stealthy Freedom is an amazing organization promoting women taking off their hijab and showing the truth. Look at these women, these very, very brave women.
So this is from their Facebook post. More civil disobedience in Iran despite the threat of arrest. The police announced the arrest of 29 people who had engaged in civil disobedience in the streets of Iran yesterday. Despite the threat of arrest, these mothers have removed their veils and are waving them in the air against compulsion in the square of Western Tehran. Let's be their voice. I want to show you a bunch of things going on right now. A bunch of women. We are not stealthy anymore. Like, go out in the streets of Iran without this compulsory hijab. Take it off. Let it go. Let it go just like me. Girls of the Revolution. So I'm going to play for you. This is White Wednesday, you guys. Whose freedom isn't stealthy anymore. They who are shouting their freedom, seeking, saying that veils shouldn't be compulsory. You want to wear a scarf? You want to wear a scarf. Everyone has a right to choose, she says. Those wearing the chadar and those like me who don't like putting this on have a White Wednesday. It's not just the young women. It's older women too. A beautiful message from this bed-bound grandmother. I salute you, my daughter. I have to live with an oxygen tank. At the age of 91, I support Iranian women's fight for freedom of choice. Wishing you victory in your fight. Wow. That's a picture of her. And then this older woman here, you got to see this. This is the most beautiful Girls of the Revolutionary Street. This mother hardly can walk, stood up for freedom, put on her white headscarf and a stick to protest compulsory hijab.
This is incredible. This gives me goosebumps.
Taking off my white hijab. I'm putting it on.
I have goosebumps from the top of my head to like all the way down my body.
I'm gonna wrap it around and I'm just gonna do it, man. What are you going to do? Put me in jail? I'm like 500 years old.
And she was there before this happened.
She was there before it happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's a band, by the way. I am really impressed, you guys, with the
husbands,
Iranian
the brothers,
men.
the sons that support these women in their...
Here's these guys are saying...
wow.
When the Girls of Revolution Street got arrested, it's our responsibility to wave the white flag. We are against compulsory hijab.
Wow.
ما جوانای اندیمشکی هستیم که اومدیم با این کارمون از پویش اعتراضی دختر انقلاب حمایت کنیم و با این که خودمون حجاب مفید میدونیم، اما میخوایم بگیم که به هیچ عنوان با حجاب اجباری و هیچ کار اجباری دیگه موافقت نداریم و به این شکل اعتراض خودمون رو اعلام میکنیم.
I don't know what you said, but I liked it.
So from what I understand, you know, different Muslims are different. And like, you know, you've got Syrian Muslims who are way open to lots of different religions. I'm going to keep wearing mine for I would do this. Plus, I like the scarf. I actually like scarves in certain circumstances. I just don't want somebody to make me put it on.
They kind of ruined it, actually.
Right, exactly. So here, I don't know, I guess that was the ones we showed on Facebook. Here are these women here. Some people are putting on masks. There's men with them. Here are more people here in Tehran, Hijab Park protesting. Here you've got a woman.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a kind of a big deal.
Here's the thing that you guys need to understand. Within their families at home, they are real people. Mm-hmm. They don't wear these things. This is not, it's only when they go out in public.
Right.
It's not a thing. If you can do it around your family, if you can go without the hijab around your family, you can do it in public. All right.
The courts have asked for a recent bail of $125,000 to release one of the women. You can get 2 months of jail time for just not having a scarf on your head.
Oh my gosh.
And people are fighting. The authorities in Iran have arrested nearly 30 women who are waving their compulsory hijabs. Okay, that's not that one I want to play. All right, so.
And somebody had said in the comments, I'm going to butcher this, but pretty much, and yet here in the United States, we're sending, the message at our schools that we want the American kids to try it on or the British kids to try on the hijab.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know what? If you only knew that it was a symbol of oppression for so many women in so many countries around the world, then you might think a little bit differently.
Right. Iranian media reported on Friday that police in Tehran have arrested 29 women for appearing in public without wearing a hijab, the Muslim headscarf that is mandatory for women under Iranian law. Some of the women in question were deliberately defying the hijab law to protest its injustice, as in the case of one detainee who reportedly waved her headscarf around on the end of a stick in a street protest. Another woman named Shima Babe took off her hijab in front of a court to make her dedication to the protest clear. Her name is Shima Babe, who joined the White Wednesdays campaign protesting compulsory hijab. She was arrested yesterday. Beautiful woman there, arrested. Supporters of the movement have created Free Shima Babi and Free Hijab protester hashtags on Twitter. For almost 4 decades, we, the women of Iran, have been unhappy about compulsory hijab, and we have had the fear inside our hearts. But now, I think the government of Iran, they have the fear of these brave women. This is from Aline Jad. I follow her on Facebook and on Twitter. The BBC reports her page now hosts 200 videos, some of which have accumulated over 500,000 views. She says, even if this leads me to jail and sleeping with cockroaches, it would be well worth the next generation. That was one White Wednesdays participant. The BBC notes that Aline Jad herself has been labeled a prostitute and threatened with death by Iranian media. And so I wanted to bring this to attention. The UK Daily Mail notes that despite claims by moderate President Hassan Rouhani that the police have better things to do than to enforce the hijab law, thousands of undercover morality police remain active, filling tens of thousands of bad hijab reports. See, this would probably be a bad hijab with showing way too much hair.
Yeah.
You have to have it way like in front of your face and everything. Common reports involves women allowing their headscarves to drop while riding in cars, an offense that can result in the car being impounded.
Oh my gosh.
Drop your scarf, baby. We're taking your car. Further promises to relax the hijab law were made by the Iranian government as it struggled to control the December uprising, but the new crackdown suggests the regime now feels secure enough to disregard those promises. And I remember the lefties and the progressives on the Facebook page do not get this. They said, oh, the new promises, it's going to be good. It's a good step in that direction. No, don't you understand? This is just evil. And then you had the one woman she became the symbol of the white hijab and on the stick.
White Wednesdays.
So I wanted to bring their I've been seeing all these pictures. These women are out there, and we are real feminists. Hang on,
we're not feminists. Let's break that down for anyone that might be a new viewer. We really
are
believe
real feminists.
I'm going to be like Trump. I don't call myself a feminist because I don't. I absolutely do not. But we do believe in equality for all human beings. And this is not equality for all human beings.
We're real feminists.
In spite of it.
All right. So the ICE government is continuing to go into courthouses to arrest criminal aliens. And I guess they also went to 77 workplaces in Northern California and arrested some people. So I wanted to bring
now hang on though. So it sounds like when you're saying that what the left is going to hear is ICE goes into courthouse to arrest illegal aliens. What was missing there? Criminal illegal aliens, those that have committed crimes. Okay, now the left again cries a river of tears that you're just going into people's homes and you're just arresting random people. If you've committed crimes here in the United States on top of being illegal, you got to go, honey. You cannot stay here anymore. All right, Patriot Gallery.
Well, when you said equality, I wanted to share a revelation I've got this week that when God gives his Holy Spirit and gifts, It's all the same. Mothers and fathers are the ones who have this power and anointing with the 10 Commandments. That's it. Nobody else has any power or authority. You're either a mother or a father. And then you have this power that comes from the Holy Spirit that's equal. And in your child, you give them the same equal power as your mom and dad because you need it when you be mom and dad. You need a power and authority that comes from God. The thing that gets people is there are different gifts. There's different reasons for those gifts. Your emotions tie with your body for your function in life. And so, like, we got a president, but not the vice president just can't become the president because he wants to.
Right.
You know, the president's the president, vice president's there just in case the president can't fulfill his duties. So husband's the head of the household.
Yep.
And the woman's there just in case the man can't. So she can fulfill that duty, but it's going to be hard for her.
Preach.
Okay? And it's going to be hard for a man to stay home and raise the children because he doesn't gifted with, like, patience and kindness and nurturing.
Hang on, we're going to get some guys upset here, but you guys get what she's saying.
I mean, it takes a lot of patience to be home with children and also to be stern and discipline a child in the way a mother has to do it. Because sometimes dad will give in to the kids. I'll just go ahead and do it, you know? You know, it's just like men are the ones say, let's go out on a date. When women, it's like, no, we got to stay home and watch children.
Right.
They're just different gifts. But we're all equal. God treats us all equal and gives his gift and his spirit out equally. Even to a child. The child's equal to his parents. He just needs parents' help to develop them.
Exactly.
Everyone's equal is what Patriot
I was walking a dog just, I don't know, a couple of hours ago in a snooty kind of neighborhood. All of the families back there seem to be pretty modern, you know, open-minded, whatever you want to call it. And again, this family, I think both parents probably work, but a mom was getting a young child off of the bus, and I was walking the dog, and I heard her say to the child, he must have been asking for something. Like in my mind, I'm envisioning, you know, can we have ice cream? But I was really thinking it must have been something more important than that. And she just says to him, no, Daddy told me no already. And my mind went on tilt because I was like, okay, I don't know if you're using, in all honesty, it probably was more or less a cop-out, like blame it on dad. No, we don't want that. We're not getting ice cream. We're not getting a puppy. Okay, but blame it on daddy. Daddy said no, that we can't have a dog.
I don't know if anybody says that. That freaks me out.
I was like really kind of taken aback.
Daddy said no versus Daddy told me no. That's two different.
And the way she inferred it was, Daddy told me no already. But the way that she said it was, the kid asked her to ask Daddy about something, and then she said, no, Daddy told me no for you. But regardless, Daddy made a decision, or she at least wants the kid to think that Daddy made the decision, which I thought was a really good thing, because there is a dynamic that God created for the family unit. And you know what? It's probably okay for God's design for Daddy to take the brunt of the no's. Mm-hmm. And then Mommy gets to be the soft one that said, you know, Daddy said no. Okay, usually, I like that dynamic.
It's usually with the dogs. People getting dogs. Dad always says no.
Another effort cracked down on illegal immigration met with backlash. ICE's acting director signing a directive that continues the agency's practice of going into federal, state, and local courthouses to arrest criminal aliens. William Lajeunesse is live in Los Angeles with this.
Aliens.
Well, Sandra, if you're taking custody of a criminal, where's the safest place to do that? In a jail, of course, where one cop hands that inmate to another. Well, sanctuary cities took that option away, prohibiting ICE from taking custody of criminal aliens in local jails. Well, now the agency is reinforcing a directive that agents can and will arrest gang members and serious felons in the courthouse. And if
gang
agents
members and
encounter
serious
other
felons,
illegal family members while there, they too can be deported.
What they've done is force my officers to arrest dangerous criminals on their turf, in their homes, in their place of business, rather than arresting them in the safety and security of a county jail. It's ridiculous to knowingly and intentionally put law enforcement at risk.
California wanted courthouse, like schools and hospitals, to be off limits to ICE, but Director Homan said no. If ICE learns of a court date of a criminal alien, that is where federal agents will arrest them. Now, another concern for Homan, the surge of unaccompanied minors from Central America again at the border. Now, he blames a Ninth Circuit Court opinion mandating the release of minors. So parents again are smuggling their kids north, turning themselves over to the Border Patrol, knowing that most immigration judges will not deport kids. And some of those parents, I'm told, believe their kids will get amnesty under DACA. Last year, the Border Patrol apprehended about 80,000 unaccompanied minors and family members, most from Central America. That's about a third of all arrests. And stats show, Sandra, a 40% increase year to date.
That's it. It's insane, you guys. That's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. All right. ICE audited 77 Northern California businesses seeking illegal workers. 77 Northern California businesses were required this week to comply with immigration audits of their workforces in what U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has described as protecting jobs for U.S. citizens.
I want to pause right there for anybody that may be leaning left in this area. Let's talk about the fact that when you work for an employer, they have to send your W-2s and stuff like that to the IRS.
There's multiple illegal steps here.
Because you have to report their income because they got to pay taxes on that income. Now, I don't believe in the income tax. However, in the United States right now, this is a law that is enacted. So it is not outside. The left would be nothing without the income tax, because you can't have all your daggone programs. You can't be giving money to the Palestinians. You can't do that without all of these taxes. All right. So we got a bunch of illegal tax evaders to start with. So the IRS would come in an instance where an employer was not reporting on the employee's taxes. Right. So in that same vein, it stands to reason that they could go to these business owners and say, you are illegally operating a business because these people are not legal citizens. They're not going through the exact same channels that everybody else has to go through. And then the IRS can come in. Now, again, as a libertarian, I don't believe in the IRS. I don't believe in the income tax. I like that Trump is stepping up with tariffs. So that we can actually finance our country the way that it used to be financed. So in that, I'm just saying there's a lot of steps that we already could take, that the left would already take if the situation were just a little bit different. If these were Americans and the employer was not reporting their income. So it says, businesses received notices of inspection from ICE Homeland Security Investigations special agents from Monday through Wednesday. ICE spokesman James Schwab told Breitbart News the notices gave each business 3 days from the date of being served to comply and produce I-9 documents. Typically, the HSI takes the documents and conducts inspection for compliance. While the businesses were not initially identified, they were located within the San Francisco responsibility jurisdiction, including San Francisco, Sacramento, and San Jose. Schwab said that the HSI has increased enforcement activities to enforce the laws that prohibit businesses from hiring illegal workers. ICE Deputy Director Tom Homan has made known plans to increase the level of HSI worksite enforcement actions.
And they're protecting jobs for U.S. citizens and others who are lawfully employed, eliminating unfair competitive advantages for companies that hire illegal workforce, and strengthen public safety and national security. So,
Eric Butler says, tell me about it. I got 4 1099s in 3 days. We actually got our 1099 from YouTube.
We did. All right, moving on from that, because we could go on it all day long. I get too frustrated. Gender inclusive guidelines. Catholic college eliminates the use of husband and wife.
What?
This is the University of Dayton. It's a Catholic university. Has a whole little website here. They're getting rid of specific terms, the specificity of husband and wife, substituting them with spouse, partner, and significant other, because they don't want to assume someone's gender. Despite the fact that the Catholic Church views matrimony as a stable union between a man and a woman, the Catholic College informs its students that gender-neutral language does not assume a gender with the individual who is being discussed, and thus spouse, partner, and significant other are preferable to the traditional terms of husband and wife. The watchful eyes of the College Fix, a conservative student-staffed campus watchdog site, discovered the curious norms being fed to students and staff, reached out to the university for comment, and they said, the gender-inclusive language is an educational resource. It is neither a guide nor an advisory, nor does it represent the University of Dayton or women's policy. It's been on there for 3 years, and then there are other offending terms. And they
I'm
thus
throwing a flag on this play.
expressions such as common man, best man for the job, and gentleman's agreement are to be eliminated in favor of more inclusive terms such as common person, the best person for the job, and informal agreement. Similarly, mankind, man-made, and manpower are more properly expressed by the gender-neutral terms of humankind, society, manufactured, synthetic, workforce, labor, etc. Here's the thing that they don't understand.
God made man.
Man is just
in
a general
his image.
But man is a general term. Man, as in like human, as it's just man is in human. There's two ways to use the mankind or man-made.
Or woman.
Exactly. It's absolutely insane.
What is really a shame here is, regardless of what those of you that think that the Catholic Church is ruining all of the world, fine, whatever. The Catholic Church is the last wall of defense against the push that is the LGBTQ agenda. They literally are. They're the last wall of defense against birth control, abortion, and marriage being between a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. So if this university is taking this step, I believe it's getting its cues from the current Pope, who I believe is a globalist and not Catholic at all. I want to know, can you have your Catholic card revoked? Because University of Dayton, you don't get to keep your Catholic card. I am throwing a flag again on your Catholic card. You didn't get to keep it. Okay? Patriot Gallery.
It's called excommunication unless they submit to divine authority. Like I'm sitting there and well, you know, no, my mom was Catholic. Her family's Catholic. I mean, we've been in America
People
since
get so upset
1800s.
about the crucifix we have on our wall. This is my grandma's. It's staying. I don't care what y'all think.
My grandfather was Catholic,
Jesus.
started like half the county or half the area of southern Ohio. So it's like really Catholic. So I thought, oh my gosh, Catholic came out of me. I'm sitting there. I'm like, no, stop it right now.
Stop.
You will not insult my intelligence. You sit down and shut up. We will not have any of that. I just thought, oh my gosh, that's the Lord.
Patriot Gallery getting a little bit.
She never said shut up.
She never said. We weren't allowed to say shut up when we were kids. We could yell at each other and scream. Well, my mom tried to stop that, but
Well, you would say something like that.
shut up was a no. It's a flag on the shut up word.
All right, so another flag. Here comes your hopeful next prime minister,
Jacob
in the
Rees-Mogg.
UK, Jacob Rees-Mogg.
I need a blowhorn.
Now, he was giving a speech, and Antifa leftists tried to come in and shut him down. Now, watch how he responds. Racist, blah, blah, blah. No platform for homophobes. No platform for racists. So he goes and talks to them. He's quite an imposing character with his height, isn't he?
Love it.
Get off my campus! You're not welcome! Homophobes are welcome here! No thank you! No thank you! Politics are racism, homophobic, sexist! Get off the campus!
It's like they get tired of him talking to them in like an intelligent manner. It hurts their head.
Right.
Get out! Sorry, get out! Fuck off! Get out!
I think the rest of it. This is so awesome.
I don't care! Get out! No platform to say no! No platform to say no! You're not worth debating, mate! You're not worth debating!
Not worth debating.
You're not worth debating! No! Take a picture! Get out! No! That's fine!
He was willing to have a conversation with someone. That's pretty impressive, actually.
I love that he's not backing down. Like, Like he's getting in between these two.
You just punched the woman. You just punched the fucking woman. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, please calm down. Please calm down. Let's have a discussion. I didn't see what happened.
That's your supporter over there. You just punched me in the face.
Calm down.
To deserve you.
Let's all calm down.
Misogynistic, sexist bastard! Are you going to tell it?
Wow. He didn't back down at all. And he's such an, like Leah said, an imposing character. He just walked like, listen, I will talk to you. Let's have a conversation. And the one kid is like, it's not worth a debate. Well, if you're there to make a point, are you just there to, if you have facts to back up what you're saying, let's have an intelligent conversation. Mogg would have sat down with them on stage probably and let them present their arguments.
His intelligence level is so far above theirs that he isn't bothered by them.
Right.
It's like when you have a kid come up and you put their hand and they're just still fighting, they're swinging.
Yeah, swinging against the wind.
He knows that they are so far below him in intelligence,
right,
that he can talk to them like children. You're just a child. You don't, you know, let's hear his response here. He doesn't say that. That's what I say.
A university in Bristol says it's appalled by the behaviour of protesters towards the Conservative MP Jacob Rees-Mogg, who was involved in a scuffle there earlier. The prominent pro-Brexit MP confronted protesters who broke into his speech at the University of the West of England. James Craig reports.
It was in this lecture hall at a university in Bristol where Jacob Rees-Mogg was due to give a fairly routine talk to a couple of hundred students. But just minutes after he started speaking, a group of protesters came into the back of the hall here and tried to shout him down. Instead of halting the event or trying to stop, Jacob Rees-Mogg actually approached them. And I asked him why.
I thought it would be more interesting to debate with them rather than to stand down at the front and try and bellow away and cover the noise. Political debate is interesting and is exciting, and I'm always willing to engage in political debate.
Well, Mr. Rees-Mogg might be trying to downplay what happened here tonight, but to me it certainly looked like an aggressive and a heated scene. Several other people from the audience also became involved, and it certainly looked to me as if Mr. Rees-Mogg himself was pushed or shoved during what happened. Now, security from the campus at the University of the West of England here arrived within a few minutes, and the police were also called, although we understand that no one's been arrested. Jacob Rees-Mogg carried on with the talk, and it's fair to say the reaction from the audience after that was pretty positive. Even those people who don't share his political views seem to be cheering him on.
Well, I was quite shocked because you don't really think that type of thing is going to happen, and you do feel like security is going to be there and kind of intervene, but it wasn't.
I just wish that actually they took their balaclavas off and could speak to people and actually sit down and have a debate. Jacob tried to do that and actually tried to go up and debate with them. Obviously they weren't interested, and actually that's got no place in our society.
So members of the audience here seemed pretty shocked by what they'd seen, but Jacob Rees-Mogg said he would carry on unfazed, and even suggested this was part of the role of an MP to deal with these kind of very public confrontations. When I asked him what he was looking forward to doing after this, he said going home for some dinner. Aww. James Craig, BBC Points West.
They thought we'd just roll over and have our tummies tickled, and they've suddenly discovered that the British Bulldog doesn't behave like that.
I love Mogg. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, if we could get Mogg as MP, I'm going to be honest. I might lose. I would probably rather have Mogg as MP than Nigel. I don't know. It's a tough close. It's a tough comparison.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding, and here's why. Nigel is polarizing. Nigel is bigger than life. Nigel has a lot of enemies. And what Mogg is able to do, we just saw.
However, I'm going to tell you what. I like Jacob Rees-Mogg, but some of his stances are more conservative leaning, but not libertarian leaning. And Nigel
libertarians
is more along the line of freedom.
Yeah.
And so Mogg's the second choice.
I guess I would just say personality wise, I think he would go a long way.
I think he would go farther, but Nigel would be more like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And
true, absolutely true.
Rees-Mogg would be more like Ted Cruz.
Well, better than Ted Cruz. But yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I'm just saying, I really like Mogg. I like that he can go in there. I like that he is calm, that he is peaceful, that his emotions, he doesn't, get his emotions to run away with him.
Nigel is way more down to earth. I mean, I could handle him for a little bit. Rees-Mogg is cool. I like him. He's cool. I think he'd be great. Great MP. Or great prime minister for you guys. But still, I mean, Nigel is a rock star. He's amazing. He's
Let's just say
hero. He's a hero. Rees-Mogg is cool.
Right, true.
Rees-Mogg is more like Robin Hood. Nigel is Batman.
Okay.
Wait, no, I didn't mean Robin Hood. I just meant Robin. Rees-Mogg
okay,
is Robin
I was like,
Batman.
what?
I didn't mean Robin Hood. It's because it's coming up with Robin Hood UKIP. That's what
Either way, if we could get either of those fellas in, and also it's more likely that Mogg would get
it would definitely be more likely.
You know what else? He could be a good step to get to Nige if you had Mogg first.
All right, so we're going to end with this. We've been going for a little while. And how many of you heard about the, we told you about this guy, Dr. Larry Nasser, who sexually molested over 100 gymnasts?
Yes.
Well, one father had 3 of his daughters molested by the same doctor. And he, at the sentencing, he just couldn't hold it in.
Opportunity to say that.
I would ask you to, as part of the sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.
I have
would
a feeling.
Would you do that?
That is not how
yes
our. No, sir, I can't.
Would you give me 1 minute?
You know that I can't do that. That's not how our legal system works.
So great. He'll get charged. He will definitely get charged, but it'll be worth it.
I want that son of a. And you know what? If that isn't your reaction to your child being molested, there's something wrong with you. That man is healthy.
Yeah.
That is a healthy father.
Yes.
That should be everyone's reaction. And Ben Shapiro tweeted this out, and he said, what did he say? He said, how many of you want to pay $5 to bail this guy out? We'll pay to bail him out.
Yeah.
He faced no charges, but his GoFundMe page is over $10,000. Give him a minute. # give him a minute in that locked room, baby.
I love it.
Give him a minute.
Give him a minute, man. Dude, give him 30 seconds. I mean, seriously, he wouldn't even need that long.
Give him 2 seconds. He almost had it.
He did almost have it.
So that's it. That's all I got.
That's all that you have. All right. We've been going live for a second time, for a whole hour here or something? I think that there's something wrong with the Facebook live feed. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed there. We'll see. It tells me somebody said that we're being censored. It tells me that we are still streaming on Facebook. I don't know. Oh, that's been going the whole time. Sorry, guys. You could have told me to take that off. Oh, it doesn't matter, Leah.
I don't like it there.
I know you don't like it.
Don't put it up
but
again.
Not ever. I'm going to put it up every time.
This is a disagreement. It doesn't do any good. It's annoying to me.
I usually shut it off in the beginning. Y'all can remind me. Hey, Michelle, it only needs to go for 5 seconds, and then I want to shut it off. You guys can help me in the chat to take care of that. I don't think we've been going for a whole hour, a second hour. I think we're offline here.
Michelle would castrate him. So
Michelle would castrate him.
They got it.
Are we still on YouTube? Because it's telling me that we're offline.
Oh, weird.
I don't know.
But they got it. They obviously got it because they watched it. Batman, Robin, they watched the whole thing. YouTube works.
Okay. It's telling me that it's not working.
Nope, see ya.
Okay.
I see you guys.
Right,
I see you. You're on. You're
it's
there.
Telling me, I'm glad that we're still here, but it's everything on that I'm looking at is paused
YouTube works.
Frozen. So I have no idea how long that we have been going live for. I do have a song.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to have to do like Leah does, and we're going to back it up.
Back it up. Back it in. Let me begin. Yeah, because I don't think we've been going for an hour, actually.
No, we have not been going for an hour for a second. All right, so while I get this ready, do you want to remind them about tomorrow for anybody that missed it?
Okay, if you have not missed it, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we will be studying chips versus chips, the UK versus the US, with our wonderful UK correspondent, Horatio. Did you like how I used him in the video, the pre-video? So we are going to do some recipes, some UK recipes. I guess we're going to do toads in a hole.
Toad in hole. It's
And
just toad in hole.
I'm going to tell you another. I'm not going to tell you the other one because it's so weird and gross. We're not doing any
It's
weird
not gross.
fish.
We wouldn't be trying it. Oh, geez, sorry. We wouldn't
What
be trying. We're gonna
are
have to
you
switch.
doing?
You're gonna have to move to my spot.
Here, no, I'll just unplug this.
No, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
we can switch. This will need to go. This will need to go. Go, go, go.
We have to switch spots.
Anyways, tomorrow 11
a.m.
a.m.
We have to go early because it gets dark in the UK and Horatio doesn't have good lighting.
So is that camera okay?
It should be.
I think it's just on you right now.
Go to click the blue on the right there.
The blue on the right.
We're
Oh, there we go. We're good.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I can lean in.
We can go.
Lean in.
We can go your way. My way. Come my way.
I'll take the high road and you take the road, and we'll meet in Scotland tomorrow. How do I get back to the chat?
Then click on the round Google thing.
Live dashboard. Michelle's playing the guitar today. You go, girlfriend.
So, I actually had sent a little preview of this to Worth a Look, and he said that he got the chorus stuck in his head, and he sent me a little clip of it, and it's actually hilarious.
Otto, you should go to the UK, take some Mexicans, and open a taco shop, because that's one thing they don't do there is nachos and salsa.
Now, there has been a disagreement about this. Now, I said y'all didn't do tortilla chips. Y'all people don't do plain tortilla chips like we do. Everybody's like, oh, yes, we do tortilla chips. They're called Doritos. No, Doritos, yes. They are tortilla chips, but that's not what I'm talking about, man. We got we have a wide variety of tortilla chips. We've got tortilla chips with a little bit of a hint of lime. We've got like puffed kind of tortilla chips, on the border tortilla chips. We've got tortilla chips that have scoops in them. I mean, we got round ones.
Super Bowl party, every party has chips, plain tortilla chips and salsa in America, pretty much.
Yeah.
Every party I've ever gone to.
Yeah. So, I usually like to put this up here. I don't know if it's going to go. Here we go. I think. Okay. That way it's not all guitar.
I ain't got nothing to offer you. I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. But my heart, my righteousness is just like filthy soiled rags. I ain't got nothing to offer you. But when I look around at the creative works of your hands, I think of this mystery I can begin to understand. The flow of life, it all depends on you, on your utter kindness and your mercy. And I am all by everything you do, everything you are, and all that I say. Still I feel that I ain't got nothing to offer you. And I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. My heart, my righteousness is just like filthy soiled rags. And I ain't got nothing to offer you. Because naked man comes and naked he shall go, born incomplete until the love of God we know, created to worship and serve our King. Although we are born with nothing to bring, with you we are given even these things, because you give us everything. us complete. And this song is what we have to lay at your feet. But still I feel I ain't got nothing to offer you. And I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. My righteousness just like filthy soiled rags. And I ain't got nothing to offer you. Because naked man comes and naked we shall go. Born incomplete to the love of God we know. Created to worship and serve our King. Although we are born with nothing to bring, with you we are given even these things. Because you give us everything we need to please you. Means by which to give thanks. It always comes from you. And our incompleteness is what makes us complete. And this song is what we have to lay at your feet. But still I feel that I ain't got nothing to offer you. And I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. My righteousness is just like filthy soiled rags. And I ain't got nothing to offer you. I ain't got nothing to offer you. And I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. But my righteousness is just like filthy soiled rags. I ain't got nothing to offer you. I ain't got nothing to offer you. I ain't got nothing to lay on the table before you. My righteousness is just like filthy soiled rags. And I ain't got nothing to offer you. Yay!
All right. Thank you guys for being a part of our show today. Thanks to all the moderators that came back. We really appreciate having you. And I am super duper excited about our
She
show
is
tomorrow.
really excited
I can't
about
tell you how
tomorrow.
excited I am about tomorrow. Sean and Tracy submitted their video.
That's really, yeah.
I died. I mean, I think I've watched it 3 times. I'm going to die again when we show it for you tomorrow.
You aren't supposed to show me, but I watched it and it's funny.
It was just so fantastic.
So it's going to be fun.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. our time. You can figure that out.
Like, comment, and subscribe to Bass Face
From there.
Thing and Resistance Chicks. Ring that bell for notifications. I'm sorry you didn't get your notifications. Some of you didn't get your notifications.
I know.
Nah.
I don't know what's going on with the
YouTube, schmootube.
Yeah.
So what? I'm glad that you're back. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Leave what's going on in the comments because like your video was taken down and you weren't on Facebook.
It was scary. My mom was freaking out.
I'm like, what? We need your phone number, brother. You go to prison. I gotta do something. I gotta help you, man.
Exactly. So we have a P.O. Box 107, Milford, Ohio 45150. If you want to leave letters in the mail, we will read them on air. I have a couple things that I meant to get to tonight.
Jasper, why are you in the corner?
In the email? So hang on. Maybe I can pull this up. Oh, I know what I really wanted to read. Kelly had sent me an email. Oh my gosh, where's my email from Kelly? Here it is. She says, "Hi, Michelle and Leah. Now, for those of you that don't know, Kelly's one of our moderators, and her father-in-law died. I wanted to say thank you for your prayers during our sad time. Well, at least he's not hurting anymore or stumbling and falling, and as he had done several times. He was going downhill fast as he had 3 surgeries, and from the time he was picked up by the ambulance, he was talking and got to the hospital. They had to intubate him as he coded. They brought him back, but they lost him again. During the time at home when he fell, he kept saying, "Stop pushing on my chest to the people." So my sister-in-law is a nurse and said it was most likely a massive heart attack, and she was there with him as she called us all to tell us that he was gone. I had not slept Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night. I finally did. Tuesday was the viewing, and Wednesday was the funeral. A long several days for sure. So she says, thank you once again for taking the time to pray, and read my email here. God bless you all for your friendship. Sincerely, Kelly, Eric, Francis, Stephen, and Siobhan. So our prayers are still with you guys and your family, Kelly. So I feel like there was another email in here that I wanted to read. You could read this one.
Hello again. I'm still enjoying your videos, and right now I'm watching your last one y'all posted, and I have to sort of defend someone. I was hoping y'all caught it when watching the State of the Union address. Yes, I am a Texan, and so I do use y'all a lot. I'm sorry, but as I was saying, y'all just showed a video of a Dem who couldn't make up his mind about it standing. His name is Joe Manchin. If you watch the address again, you will see he is the only one that started standing. Actually, I felt sorry for him, but also proud of him for basically being the only one that clapped or stood. Hope y'all check it out again. To me, he just kept looking over at the Republican side, seeming to wish he was over there. He also made a point to get to the president to shake his hand. I had to email y'all, which I normally don't do, but I feel he needs some defense if that's the video that's going to be going around.
Aww.
It really doesn't seem that bad. I've also seen him on the committee asking some very good questions on this Russian stuff. So, okay, thanks for bearing with me and reading this. Just again, felt like you needed some defending on this one. Well, I'm going to go finish watching y'all. And by the way, I'm the one who likes hearing y'all sing and don't mind long videos. Prefer them. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Now I feel bad for him. I really do. You know what? It's okay. You can switch the D to R. It's real easy. In fact, do it to the L. Make yourself a libertarian.
From the D to the R to the L. It sounds like a rap.
Down low, baby.
All right, so we're going to sign off here. We love you. God loves you. God bless. Meet us back here early tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. For our UK U.S. showdown. I downloaded this NFL feed. Got it.
Hi, Bubby.
Can you hear
what
it?
are you doing?
Is it still going? No, it's off. All right, so there you go. We will see you guys back tomorrow. God bless. Love y'all.
Wow, what you done?
You have a beautiful mess. You have